Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we've had some really good old English weather recently. We've had about 3 different storms that have hit the UK and have meant that we haven't been able to do much work on the outside of the box due to rain and wind and all the rest of it. But we've done our best, we've been getting on and making progress, and I'll take you through it now. Oh, she does look sad at the moment. Never mind. We'll be changing a lot of stuff in the next week or so. Yeah, just wanted to show you what we've been up to really. This is one of the boxes that I said I was going to use as a container. I had to make myself a door to fit in here. I cut the hole out, got these hinges and took this locking mechanism off of the back of our box on here because the doors are going to come off and it would have been surplus anyway. So yeah, I thought I'd make myself a door with that, and that's worked out quite well. Right, so I just thought I'd show you all these panels that I've got now from taking those boxes apart the other day. I've got more than enough to make up the alcove and do all the modifications that I'd like to do on our box. So it's worked out really well. Ended up with 6 of these doors, as I was saying. They're all going to be our side locker storage boxes. They're going to be hung underneath. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know that we haven't been stood still. We've actually been making a lot of progress. It's just the weather has held us up quite a bit, and yeah, it's over to Em now. She's going to show you what she's been up to. She's made some really good progress on finishing the finer details of the cab. She'll explain that to you now.
Hello, quick job for today, she says optimistically. I'm going to replace the manky fabric panels in the doors. They've got this horrible patterned and very dirty fabric panels, which I'm going to remove, use those fabric pieces as templates and cut new pieces out of the carpet, the grey carpet that we've got on the floor of the cab, and glue those in place. So fingers, it will be an improvement. I'll show you before and after. So this is the beautiful fabric I've removed. I'm sure you can see why I've removed it. And that's what I used for the templates. And this is where I'm at so far. It's not quite finished yet. But as you can see, I've sort of stuck it on. If I move back, you can see where it sits in the door. The masking tape is because the nozzle on the glue that we use is a bit wild. It's got a mind of its own at times, so it can go a bit all over the place. And then I've just got this last bit here to stick on. I had to rub all the manky sticky stuff off that was left there, or it wouldn't bind properly, I don't think, but I think it's an improvement. It won't win any awards, but it's an improvement. So you have to spray on the stuff you're sticking to, and then they say to go the other way on the fabric. So there is my finished panel. Like I said, it's not like I'm going to take up upholstery as a full-time job, but I'm quite pleased with it actually. It's not gone too badly at all. Obviously it helped because I had the tools that all the professionals use. So that's the glue we use. There's the masking tape, and look, the essential ones are a pair of kids' scissors and a couple of kebab skewers. Who knew? But it did the job. I've still got to do the driver's side one. In the distance you can see that's still got the horrible patterned fabric, so that's my next job. But there we go, quite pleased with that. And just as it started to rain, there's the driver's side one. So again, not award winning, but definitely better. So next job for today is dealing with this back wall behind me. You can see there's a bit of wood where we've cut the doorway out, but then where the windows were, where you can see the foil insulation, Roger's just cutting out some plywood to fill in those gaps, and then I'm actually going to carpet over the top because obviously there wasn't a headliner left where the windows used to be, so we're going to cover the whole lot in the carpet with the plywood filling in the gaps. So I'll show you how that goes. I'd like to show you the back wall now it's been carpeted. The plywood in the middle is our doorway, or it will be our doorway through to the camper, and as you can see the carpet is a bit sort of hanging a bit in the middle there because it will of course have a trim holding that down all the way around the doorway, so that will be nice and neat with a trim fitted to it. But the carpet is stuck really well on the back wall. The little plastic tack things, I don't know what you call those, are holding it on really well, make it have a neat finish. It'll feel nice when we're in here now, especially for the kids in those back seats. I also had enough carpet left to patch up a ropey bit of headliner at the bottom down here that had gone a bit manky, so I removed that and replaced it with some more carpet. So I hope you can see that it's a nice neat finish when the trim is around the doorway. That will be really smart, and I'm pleased with how that's looking.
Okay, thanks Em. So this is the CAD drawing I've been working on. This is the box drawn to scale that's already on the back of the truck, as you know. None of the dimensions for this at the moment are set in stone. I'm using them as a rough guide because I want it to be flexible while I'm fabricating the frame, so that the final design works to suit us and to achieve a really strong fit onto the box. It's actually going to be bolted on the front here through 1, 2, 3, 4 M12 bolt holes, and then the frame is going to go under this edge and be sikaflexed and bolted from the underside with 1, 2, 3, 4 M10 bolts. There are 2 aluminium runners that go across the top of the roof here that originally held the cooling system for the freezer box. So I'm going to use those and locate our underside of the frame onto that. So there'll be 4 bolts through each side here, possibly even more than that. And then along the back here, I'll sikaflex, and I'm going to bring this edge forward to here, and I'll bolt up through that again into that aluminium section with probably about 5 or 6 bolts. So all in all, straight away this centerpiece is really going to be rigid and strong, just as it needs to be, because it's got to support the weight of 2 people lying on the bed in the front there. Also, if I bring up the bed frame, there it is, lovely, lovely, looks great, I'm really pleased with it. If I bring up the bed frame, these edges along here are going to be riveted and sikaflexed underneath. So it's going to be sikaflexed under this one, down here, across the front, same on this side, and then across the top, and it will also be sikaflexed through these. So it's never really going to move anywhere or have any weak points, which is ideal, obviously. The dimensions of this, we've probably got a metre width on this entrance hole into our bedroom, and these runners along the side is where obviously where our bed's going to be. They're going to be about 2.1 metres long, and we should have then a metre headroom for us to move around inside the alcove and get comfortable and sit up and read a book. So it's going to work out really well, hopefully. The frame is made from aluminium. I could have made it from steel, but I really don't want to give it the chance of corroding or anything like that. So, and also I wanted to save weight. Obviously with aluminium it's a lot lighter. It's obviously going to be a monocoque construction. It's going to be TIG welded all across on these joints, are all going to be TIG welded, and then the actual panels that form the alcove will be sikaflexed and riveted to the outside here. There will be 2 brackets on the top here to support the roof, and I've also got 2 other frames that I need to make that are going to support the roof and the front and the rear, and those panels will be sikaflexed and riveted onto this as well. So you can imagine when it's all set and everything's dried and gone off, it's going to be a really rigid construction. Any dimensional changes I make to any of the side pieces here or anything else on there, I'll when I've made it, I'll measure them all and then come back to this drawing, and I can alter the drawing so that when I make the their bedroom panels like that, I can take all the dimensions I need and just make them really accurately to fit, and it should you know, it should really be accurate to the millimetre. It shouldn't, there shouldn't be any problems with it. Right, if I just remove some of these, I can show you the detail of how I'm going to do it. Yeah, if you look in here, you can see that where the frame fits against it, these edges are going to be beveled, and I think they do that. They do that on the original boxes. These are 50mm panels. The original box was 100mm, but these are the panels that I've upcycled or scavenged from the boxes we took apart, and these are 50mm, as I say. And you bevel these edges, and what I'll do is I'll Sikaflex this frame to it and rivet it, and then when the actual panels fit together, I'll Sikaflex all of these faces as well, and we therefore won't get any leaks or any problems with it cracking or moving. That should work, I think that'll be fine. Right, let's just take the bed panels off again. Yeah, and what I've done, I've measured the outside. This is another reason for keeping the dimensions flexible. I've measured these outside dimensions from here to here, and I've allowed the thickness of the panels and then 3 to 4mm offset, so that, because when you Sikaflex you have to leave a 3 to 4mm gap on, I believe, between it, because it doesn't achieve full strength unless you do so. If you squash the two faces together, they aren't, you won't get the maximum strength that you would achieve if you leave a gap between them. So as well as using some kind of primer on this aluminium that suits the Sikaflex, then add some adhesive tape to it to give us that 3mm gap, and then I can make up the rest with the Sikaflex, rivet it on, and it's going to be ever so strong. It's going to be ideal. Yeah, and I think that's about it really. I don't envisage too many problems. I think the only problem I'll have is it's such a big frame, it's such a big structure. It's not going to be particularly heavy, but actually moving it around and lifting it up in there myself is going to be a bit difficult, but I'm sure I'll find a way to do it. And I think when these spars are on and the rest of the aluminium's on, it's probably going to be too heavy for me to lift up myself, so I think I might be conning Em and maybe Megan, our 13-year-old daughter, into helping me get it all up there and lift it into place. Once we do, and once it's fixed, it won't ever move again, so, well, not by me anyway. And that's about it really. I can then, if I take a front view, I can give you an idea of the scale of it compared to the outline of a Vario. This is scaled from our Vario. The wheelbase on this is 4.8 meters. I think they're just over that, 4.85 or something, but this wheelbase is exactly the same as ours. I've left this gap in here because I will be, once the alcove is on, I'm going to fill this gap in to give us some more space. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet. It could be that we make this a compartment from the inside that we access. Maybe we fill it in and then cut these walls out here and have a big space in there and just a wall at the front. I'm not quite sure yet, but I don't think you can ever have too much space, and that's one thing that we all agreed on when we said we were going to do this project, was that we'd have plenty of room in the box, and that way we'd all be really comfortable in there. Another thing I actually like about this design is that hopefully up here somewhere I should be able to make a storage rack, and I can store bits and pieces up there as well as anywhere else. We are also going to make boxes that go on the side down here, side lockers. I'll be making one here and then one at the back that's going to be angled, and there'll be 4 of those, and they'll be made with the 3 doors that I took from the donor boxes, as I showed in the other video, so they should work out really well. This round trim here is going to be made from all new trim. I ordered that, and I think I'll just paint it before cut it and then paint it before I put it on. This red section is actually, as you can see, going to be radiused on the corners. I'm not really very keen on this sharp join here, and I'm hoping that I can do that all the way around the box to soften the edges a bit. I won't be able to buy these radius joins that are shown in red, so I'm probably going to have to make some formers in oak and then beat them out of aluminium, and that'll be in one of the up and coming videos. I'll be able to show you that. Then I'll obviously form these panels that will be Sikaflexed and riveted across the top of all the joints to make them watertight and also to give it a lot of strength. Yeah, and that's about it for that. Anyway, that's about it for the CAD design side of it. It's just now down to me to go and make the frame, and actually we can start to show you some fabrication work. Anyway, I hope you like the project. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell or whatever it is you have to do. We really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching.